So some unprecedented times right now. It is January 6th, very iconic day, but it is the fourth day without a Speaker of the House. And as you know from the political world, if you are following some of the news, this is the big news of the week. It is that Kevin McCarthy, after losing at the time of this video 13 rounds, they're about to adjourn tonight on the 6th, I think at 10 p.m. for a 14th round. But right now, you can quote any stat you want, hundreds of years, decades, whatever it is, but this has not happened. And at face value, you look at this and you think, oh, there's some chaos and Republicans and divide and this and that. But to the degree that you are following politics, and I've been saying right now that this is a time of a great awakening, and this has been a battle like we have never seen before, because the fifth generation warfare battle that we are living in requires unconventional methods, and what is being shown at face value is not what it is. And a lot of people, if you quote any one number of things, whether it's PSYOP, whether it's something like Q, whether it's whatever it is, we are living in a time for which you are, quite frankly, watching a movie. And to the degree that you have the appetite, the time to research, and the faith to believe what is going on, from everything from living under the law of war manual and all these executive orders and everything that's happening with the military and just people being swapped out, doppelgangers, many different things for which a lot of people, because they are not able to believe it, can write it off as conspiracy theory, all the way to that degree, and then below to things for which it is digestible, palpable for the mainstream audience. And in this case, for everything going on right now, you can take it at face value and just say there's a lot of divide, or you could look at it from different things. And so why do I talk about this? It's because a lot of people are being shown certain things so that you are in this process of waking up, so that you are in a process of growing in your discernment, in your morality, in your ethical reasoning, and things like that. And so everything has to be shown to you. And what's interesting is that weeks before this, the Space Force, in a major step, takes over all military satellite communications. And so Space Force, obviously being brought on by Trump in his time years ago, they have been doing a lot of things. And most recently, at the end of 2022, they have taken over all SATCOMs from all other branches of the military. And so people are talking about this. If you follow guys like Brian Cates or Badlands Media, X22, you follow other bloggers, Patel Patriot, I've talked about before, Burning Bright, all these guys, they talk about the political realm and what, and speculating in some sense and talking through what is going on right now. And so if you are able to follow this, and it takes a lot of energy, a lot of prayer to really discern this stuff, you can see that there is more than meets the eye, and there is stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And so often I don't talk about this. This is not my realm, but I think given the timing and just what's going on, I'd want to highlight it, because the main message you should be getting is that there's something deeper. People say you're watching a movie. What makes a good movie per Q is great actors, right? And so you have these guys that seemingly are just divided. They're not against, or they're against McCarthy and just this stuff. But what's more interesting is that, is there something else going on? The Space Force is taking over military communications, but here's something else that is going on that's very interesting. The members of Congress, they're not able to receive classified information because they're technically not sworn in. So everything from classified informations, intel briefings, they can't approve or deny weapons sales, hold committee hearings, conduct oversight. So all these people are effectively locked out because technically there are no members of Congress as of now, because they haven't elected to elect a House Speaker. So this has been dragging on. So the question is this intentional? Is there some tactics behind it? Because at face value, you look at this and you think, oh, there's a lot of turmoil going on within the Republican Party and just this stuff. But what else is happening behind the scenes, right? So is this 10 days of darkness? Is there a lot of different things going on for which this is being done purposefully? Because there's no leaks. There's nothing going on for which they can get access to this. And just, it looks very natural, right? And so what other military operation, what other stuff is going on behind the scenes. So if you follow this stuff very deeply and you follow the news, just like how I picked a couple of noteworthy points, the Space Force, and then also this, and you can Google this, right? This is not some just made up stuff. These guys cannot access certain information. So is there something else going on, like House of Cards, the drama, many other political type of things? What is going on right now? Is there something deeper than what is being presented and shown at face value? Is there some kind of a movie? Is there some kind of a process going on? Because quite frankly, it is not what it seems. And if you have discernment, you would look at it and you would not see it, as I've been saying, at face value. So this bigger war of people playing a part, if you believe it to the degree that it is all scripted, there's even doppelgangers and people replacing people and all these different things, right? So if you're on that bleeding edge and you have the faith and you have the desire to really discern these things, you can see it from that way, the Law of War Manual and many other things in terms of devolution and everything else. Or you could look at it and just say, man, it is not just some battle. There's something else going on. So is it that for 10 days, we're not going to see a speaker being elected because the bigger thing was a cover for this other thing, which is to block access to classified information for all of the House people because it is a front for some other operation, military operation. I say all that because I'm not here to discuss conspiracy or just what may or may not be happening, but that because we are in a war right now, from the political side, you cannot just look at news. You cannot just look at things at face value. You have to realize there are deeper things going on, and the prayers that are needed, the amount of grassroots efforts, whether it's in your local community, whether it's trying to make sure that you are supporting and helping in the way that you can, those things must be done from the right information, the right perspective, the right point of view, such that we are not supporting, backing, doing things that is based on some anchor that is not true, not good, and it's the wrong side. So this is a time right now for which if you want discernment, if you want to be able to understand what's going on, and if this interests you, political things, the truth movement, you can follow a lot of the political bloggers that I mentioned before. You can listen to these guys. But for other people, we're just trying to see how God is going to work in this time, because very clearly, if you are in this process of waking up, you would see Biden and these other guys for who they are, Eric Swalwell, Adam Schiff, and all these guys. You see them for who they are and the hypocrisy and just what has happened so far. And then you would see the other side, Trump and many others, patriots, being attacked. And you see the attacks for what it is, as opposed to just eating it up and thinking, oh yeah, shame on them, and just pointing your finger. But you wake up to the discernment to what is really the image and what's going on. So again, guys, a lot of theater going on, a lot of different things behind the scenes, but all this stuff is adding up to something bigger. And so take heart. We're in the middle of a war, but God has control, sovereignty over everything. But I believe we're in a great season. As I've said before, if you've been following me for a while, we are in a process of restoration. We're in a process giving the government and everything back to the people and making sure that freedom and all the future of society is in the best place possible and not in the hands of a select few, the deep state, if you want to call it, the radical, whatever, left or globalists and whatever you want to call it. But these guys, their time is coming and it's very short. So this is not going to pan out. I want to declare it in the name of Jesus and God. He is sending his help and he's doing what he has to in this time. So love you guys. Just wanted to give you guys this word of encouragement. Talk to you guys very soon.